Happy Wednesday. Hey everybody, hope you're doing well and kicking some amazing goals this week. I actually didn't mean to do a pun then, but I just realized that I said goals, and it's funny because right now the AFL draft is on, so I have been moved to the bedroom for my live because it's too noisy out there because somebody's watching the AFL draft. Who watches the AFL draft? Anyway, back to kicking goals. Hope you are all kicking goals this week and just loving life. It's amazing to see you all. And one thing I wanted to talk a little bit about tonight is an interesting topic that we touch on a fair bit and that I see some people kind of dip their toes into, sneak back out again, dip their toes in a little bit more, sneak back out again, and we're going to talk about it tonight. It is personal branding. Whatever business you're in, whatever career you're in, whatever you are doing, there are, go pies. Whatever business you're doing, there are so many people out there doing exactly the same business of you. That is the reality of it. They're getting similar results, they're providing similar services, reaching similar customers, similar products. So if you want to stand out from the crowd, if you want to differentiate from yourselves from all of those other businesses, you need to have a personal brand. But what is a personal brand? A personal brand is where it's time for you to create some influence and have some impact by stepping out from your brand, coming up as the face of your business. They're the type of things that are going to make you different to your competitors, because right now there's not much difference between a lot of other people. Locally you might be doing okay, let's say next level nationally, so what? People need to know what your point of difference is. And that's what a personal brand is all about. And it's allowing yourself to be really vulnerable, being brave enough to be vulnerable, to put yourself out there. But you will be rewarded in so many areas once you can be that brave, to have your real personal connection. Once you allow yourself to be vulnerable, that's when people will really start to connect with you. If someone likes you, they want to work with you. If they trust you, they're going to do business with you. It's as simple as that. Once someone starts to like you because they're finding out about you through your personal branding, that's when they really want to connect with you. But as soon as they find out that they really like you and they connect you and they trust you, that's the key. That's when they want to do business with you. And that's what you achieve by creating a personal brand. Now, years and years ago, we used to have our business brand and we used to have our personal brand. Now, they need to be combined. Everyone has everything at their fingertips all the time. So they want to know everything about you and make all of those decisions before they even had a chance to pick up the phone. And you need to really find what makes you different to start your journey with your personal brand. Now, so many times I'll say to businesses, okay, so what's your point of difference? And they'll say, oh, we're professional. We're efficient, we provide really good customer service, our product does this, we're cost effective. And do you know what I say? Bullshit. You may be all of those things, and you know what? You probably should be, but so are all your so are all your competitors. What is different about you? I don't want to hear that you're professional. I don't want to hear that you're efficient, that you're the longest running, whatever. You've got this many staff. What makes you different? And if that's making you feel a little bit uncomfortable, that you can't actually differentiate the key points of your business and makes you different from your competitors, imagine how hard it is for your customers. If you can't tell me right now on the spot what makes you different to your competitors, then how are your customers going to be able to do that? They've only got limited information that you're putting out, and you're not giving out those signals, that information. You're not telling them what they don't know, what makes you different. And that's where your personal branding comes into it. It's about really stepping up, face of the brand, allowing yourself to be so vulnerable and to be so personal. Let people see your personality, see who you are, talk about what your point of difference is. You don't need to be better, cheaper, newer, older, bigger. You don't need to be any of those things. You just need to be different. To stand out in the crowd, to not be white noise, you just got to be different. And here's the rewarding part. Once you have established yourself as being different and you are then recognized for what you do, what you can contribute, what your solutions are, you can start charging what you're worth. That's right. No longer do you need to charge what your competitors are charging to stay in the market, because no one else can provide what you are providing. You then become so valuable that you can charge your worth. Can you imagine that every single time you were asked and you were compared with a competitor, that price was never an option? Could you imagine if every single time you were compared to someone else, it wasn't on price? That's exactly what you want it to be. You want it to get to a stage where you are so different. What you are providing is so valuable that people just have to have it. Simple as that. People just have to have it, and that's where your value is going to come. That all starts with your personal branding, understanding that difference, that uniqueness. And it can be as simple as thinking about having a few beers around the pool with a couple of mates and asking them, what would you say my best qualities are? And starting those foundations around those unique personal branding points from that conversation. Think about what some of your clients or customers say are the most important things that you provide and build it up from there. And just remember, stay away from all those cliche words, professional, efficient, long-standing. Who cares? No one cares if you're professional, because you know what? They expect you to be. No one cares if you're efficient. Again, they expect you to be. No one cares if you've been open for 30 years. It doesn't make any difference. The millennials do not care how long you've been open for. It makes no difference. They want to know what solution you provide and what difference you are now. And as I said before, if you're sitting there going, that should make you feel uncomfortable. And what should make you feel more uncomfortable is that if you can't say right now what makes you so different, what makes you stand out in the noise to everybody else, then it must be impossible for someone trying to find you to work out what your difference is. So you need to start with finding a really unique personal brand, and that's where you've got to build it up to. There's so many people out there doing the same thing, getting similar results, your similar client base, similar monopolies in the market. This is your opportunity to do something really brave. And never before have we had the public embrace so much change before. They're so used to now diversifying between different industries. There was a time where it was like, you'll only act this way in one industry and you'll only act this way in one industry. But now, because everything is at people's fingertips, it's like customer service has been merged all into one module, and whatever they get in one industry, people expect the same level of service or quality of products in a completely different industry. And so it does mean that you need to be on your feet a little bit. You need to be finding that uniqueness, but it allows you also, you can be really brave and bold. Things that you just couldn't have done 10 years ago, you can do now. Things that were just unheard of in your industry is now acceptable, because people are not surprised anymore. They expect it. You know, the same pace that a bricklayer, or, you know, this is a silly comparison, but let's say a bricklayer, that type of service that they provide, they expect the same from their accountant. Everybody accepts the same type of service, and that goes from social media, trustworthiness, pricing, billing, everything. It all rolls into everything that people expect. And if you want to stand out from the noise, if you want to be one of those people where, if you're like me, I get on my Facebook in the mornings. Actually, I read a meme and it said, I scroll Facebook in the mornings like I'm reading the newspaper, which is totally me. And you get Facebook in the morning and then something grabs your attention and you stop and you read it, and then you keep going, you just scroll through, something gets your attention. You need to be that person that stops and gets someone's attention. And if your personal brand is a pretty logo and it doesn't have any photos of you, if your personal branding says, I'm professional, I charge this, I've got a good pricing, we provide solutions, well, guess what? 5 other ads are doing exactly the same thing. It's completely unfulfilling for you, it's unfulfilling for your customers, and you're not opening yourself up to a new market. Everybody is out there screaming, wanting to connect with you. We're all heads down in our phones, we want connections, they want to know who you are. Just try it, give it a go, be brave, Step out from behind those logos, from behind those facades and those corporate images and everything like that, and show people who you are. That's how you're going to build your personal brand. Stop having a personal life and a business life. Squish them all together. That's how you expect people that you want to work with to be. So that's how you need to be. It's like building that real connection is really how you're going to get that trust. I was just about to finish and then Hutchie puts my photo, scares people. You're a lovely teddy bear, Hutchie. Why would you ever say anything like that? And you post the most hilarious jokes. See, there you go. Little thing. For those who are watching and didn't see the start, I'm in my bedroom because the AFL draft is on. Apparently that's so important that the whole end of the other house is echoing with the TV. So I'm stuck in the bedroom. Yay. How is AFL already started and we're not even in December? Anyway, gang, that's Wednesday. So today's message, we're just going to really quickly recap because it's so important. I feel like I just say it. There is no more business branding and personal branding. If you want to have real influence, you need to merge them. You need to be so brave. Stop hiding behind a logo. Step up as the face of your brand. It's never been more important than it now to be able to have impact and influence to bring your market to you. And that starts with you being brave, vulnerable, and showing people who you really are. They're craving for connection. They're craving to be able to understand who you are. Get rid of all that white noise. Find out what is so different about you and then work through it from there. Okay? All right. See you, gang. See you next week.